Welcome to the Health with Hashimoto's podcast. Our summer series is the Hashimoto's Health Lab. This series is going to be 10-minute episodes. Every week, we'll talk about a specific tool or practice. We're going to cover everything from environmental detox to stress reduction, energy boosters, biohacks, and all of it is going to be designed to give you tools for better health with Hashimoto's. I'm your host, Esther Youngkin. I'm a registered nurse helping women uncover their root causes and regain energy. So these episodes are going to be short. If you are ready for a deeper transformation, check out the Holistic Hashimoto's course. It will help you identify your unique triggers and root causes so that you can focus your own energy on what really matters for your health. Are you ready to explore a new strategy for thriving with Hashimoto's? Let's dive in. This is the Hashimoto's Health Lab. 2 weeks ago, I introduced you to the newish word exposome, and it's the accumulation of different environmental toxins and things that we're exposed to. We talked about lowering that cumulative burden by filtering your water. And then last week, we talked about far infrared sauna as a way to get things out of your body, to reduce that exposome and, sweat out different chemicals and heavy metals and different things like that. And this week, we're going to do another episode kind of on the same theme. And this one is dry brushing. So last week, far infrared sauna, like I said last week, biggest investment of these tools that we're going to be talking about over the summer. This week, a dry brush is like $5 to $15. Super cheap, especially compared to a far infrared sauna. But what is it? Why does it work? And why should we be talking about it in this Hashimoto's Health Lab series? Well, dry brushing is just what it sounds like. It is typically a boar bristle brush or something with kind of hard and scratchy natural fibers, natural bristles, and you brush your skin while dry. Exactly like it sounds. The thing it does is it helps your lymphatic system move. Now, your lymphatic system is like the garbage disposal system of your body. You have your arteries and your veins and your nerves. We can picture that, right? Your heart is the pump. It moves your blood through your arteries and your veins. Your nerves kind of go right along those arteries and veins. There's another little tube next to the arteries and veins, and that's your lymphatic tube. And that's where the garbage is going. And then the garbage is shuttled to your lymph nodes, and then it's either recycled, it's repaired, or it's taken out of commission, and you end up like pooping it out. So your lymphatic system is very important for getting rid of junk, getting rid of garbage. And dry skin brushing helps you move it through. See, your lymphatic system doesn't have a pump of its own. It relies on muscle movement and gravity. If you go back and listen to episode 34, it's all about lymph and why it matters and what you can do. I also have a section in the Holistic Hashimoto's program all about your lymph and how to move it. Your skin is your largest organ, and it absorbs up to 60% of things that are applied to it. That's why we have patches for medications, because we know that if we put a patch on your skin, you're going to absorb it. Well, the same thing is true for makeup and lotions and perfumes. So many different things, so many different chemicals that we put on every single day. And a lot of those are linked to thyroid disruption. So we want to reduce that. We also want to get things out, and we get it out by mobilizing the garbage disposal system, right? The lymphatic flow. When you have poor lymphatic flow, it can increase how much you're retaining for those toxins. It can worsen your Hashimoto's symptoms. It can worsen things like fatigue and swelling. We don't want those. So dry brushing supports this detox pathway. It supports lymphatic drainage. It reduces your exposome impact on your autoimmune health. And of course, exposome, like we've been talking about the last couple episodes, that's the cumulative burden of different environmental toxins that you have been exposed to. So when you use this dry brushing technique, you're going to stimulate your lymphatic system to move, which is going to remove the toxins and the waste. When you regularly use dry skin brushing, your lymphatic drainage improves by 20 to 30%. That was in, do you know that they have a journal? Of course they have a journal. They have a journal on everything. It's a journal specifically for the lymphatic system. It is Lymphatic Research and Biology Journal. Right? I did not know that. So they said lymphatic drainage improves by 20 to 30% with regular stimulation, which dry brushing does. It also can exfoliate your skin, so who doesn't want that, which reduces the absorption of environmental toxins. And then it can also improve circulation. It can support energy levels, and it can reduce inflammation and swelling. And those are things that can be common with Hashimoto's. And like I already mentioned, dry skin brushing is affordable and is super accessible. It takes just a couple of minutes. So how do you do it? You're going to use the natural bristle brush. I got mine on Amazon. There were a lot of different options. It's just make sure you have natural bristles. We don't want to be exposing us to more plastics while you're trying to get rid of toxins, right? You're going to start at your feet. You're going to start at your fingers. So you're starting away from the pump. You're starting away from your heart and you're going towards your heart. And you're going to lightly brush. Think of the ocean. Think of the speed of an ocean wave. That's how quickly you're going to go. It's just low and slow and gentle. When you are moving your lymphatic system, think about lightly skimming your fingers over the foam of I'm not a coffee drinker. Is it a cappuccino that has the foam? I think so. That foamy stuff. You're just going to lightly skim it. That's the amount of pressure you want. You don't need a lot. So you're just going to go slowly and gently brushing up from, like I said, from your feet or your fingers towards your heart. And then when you get to your abdomen, you're still going towards your heart, but you always want to go from left to right because that's the direction that on the bottom, left to right on the bottom part of your abdomen, and then up. And then as you get right underneath your rib cage, then you would go from right to left. That's just the direction that your gut goes. And so you want to go with your body, not against it. Same thing on your arms. You're going to go gently from your fingers all the way up, and then you can go down your neck. I would not recommend doing dry skin brushing on your face, but there's a thing called gua sha, and it's just a flat stone, and that's basically dry skin brushing except for your face, and you do it with a stone. Again, you're going slowly, you're going gently, and you're going out from the center. You're going out towards your hairline, and then you go down your neck towards your collarbone, because that's where it's going to dump into your bigger blood vessels. So this whole process is going to take you maybe 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 15, and you want to do it about 3 to 5 times a week for best results. And of course, anytime you're moving things in your body, you want to make sure that you're drinking enough water to support the detox pathways and to support moving the lymph. In that longer episode that I mentioned, I also discussed sugar. And when you eat something that's high in sugar and you have stress, it kind of turns into hot lava in your lymphatic system. Think of hot lava. It's sticky, it's destructive, it's thick. Well, that's what can happen in your lymphatic system when you combine sugar and stress. And so moving your lymphatic system one way through dry skin brushing can be really beneficial if you're trying to move different toxins out, if you're trying to get your garbage disposal system of your body moving and getting rid of toxins. If you know your root causes and you know that environmental toxins are impacting your health, this is one simple, easy way to get things moving and start to feel better. Because of course, we want to figure out what our root causes are. We want to figure out what our triggers are, and we want to start addressing them. You have to do it in a way that fits your life right now. It fits the time that you have, the budget that you have, your mental bandwidth, and we want it to make a difference. We want things to be simple and sustainable, because if it's not going to work long term, you're not going to keep it up. Dry skin brushing is something that is simple, and if it works for you, it is a great way to move your lymph. This podcast is for informational and educational purposes only. Please discuss any changes with your trusted healthcare provider. To take your next step, join our school community and explore the courses available there. You do not have to figure your health out alone. So that is school, SKOOL.com, and it is the Health with Hashimoto's community. I'll see you next time on the Health with Hashimoto's podcast.